There's this, it's more so this conversation we're having is about the illusion that a quarterback is going to come in and save your team. What is up, everyone? It is Jake with Master Football. Back at it again. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We are 8 days until NFL Draft, round 1, to be taking place in Cleveland. That's right. Yeah, Cleveland. So we are that close, my friends. But again, before we get going on the video, please, everybody, okay? It was originally 84% of my views were people who weren't subscribed. Now it's 87% of my views, okay? I need people to subscribe, okay? You don't have to share it. If you like it, that's awesome, but I need you to subscribe, okay? Appreciate that. It helps the channel out a lot. I'm trying to make this thing a thing, man. I'm trying to make this thing a regular thing. I know that there's going to be some changes coming up after the draft and before the training camp season starts. So there's going to be it'll be some good changes. I mean, obviously, you're still going to get the same content. You're still going to get these free sunglasses that I got. But anyways, we will talk about that then. But please, like, share, subscribe. Mostly the subscribe and the like. Share is cool, but the like and the subscribe will be big. Okay, so I watched something that was, I went through a couple articles today, and I need to talk to you about drafting a quarterback, man. I swear it's every year. It's always like, you know what, dude, if we don't like our quarterback, draft a new one and figure it out. You know what, dude, draft one in the first round, draft a guy high, this and that. I saw an article today that was super, super depressing. First of all, let's talk and see about what the current mock drafts look like right now for most of the teams in terms of quarterbacks. Okay, so I am here on NFL.com. In their mock draft central, click on draft up at the top and then go to their mock drafts. And they're going to have Peter Schrager, Charles Davis, Charlie Casserly, Maurice Jones-Drew, Daniel Jeremiah. They'll have all of their drafts out here. Now, again, what they're going to have is, he says right here for Daniel Jeremiah, this is a mock projection of where I believe players will go, not necessarily a reflection of my opinion on where players should go. Yeah, and that's the proper way to draft. You want to take team into account when you're picking it, not just what you would do. But you look through this, I mean, this is the one that has the highest amount. Generally, in most of these picks, the first 9 picks, there's 5 quarterbacks going. So we've got Trevor Lawrence to the Jags, Zach Wilson to the Jets, Mac Jones to the 49ers, Trey Lance to the Falcons, and then I believe Justin Fields to the Detroit Lions. So you're thinking that's 5 quarterbacks who are going to be going probably at least top 10. Maybe I would say by the 13th or 14th pick, they're all gone because I think people will trade up. Similar, Deshaun Watson was the 12th pick. He had kind of fallen a little bit, and they're like, we got to get this guy. We got to trade up and get this guy. So I think that's the situation going on here. But there's this article. Then there's an article earlier on NFL.com that if you look through it, it is absolutely one of the most depressing things you've ever seen in your entire life. So this right here is ranking every quarterback class since 2000, the past 21 years. Well, 20 years. 21, I don't know. The 20-ish years you're going to see. And if you look through this, there's 5 quarterbacks going in the top 10. 2 or 3 definitely will not make it based on the stats. I mean, if we look through this, let's check out a couple of these names. 2007, I'm an Oakland Raiders fan, Las Vegas Raiders fan now. But, Jamarcus Russell, Brady Quinn, Kevin Cobb, John Beck, Drew Stanton, Trent Edwards, Isaiah Stanback, Jeff Rowe, Troy Smith, Jordan Palmer, Tyler Thigpen. Jordan Palmer is a really high-rated quarterback coach nowadays. Brady Quinn is a good announcer. Matt Moore played in the Wild as a backup, but that is depressing to see. That is a possibility. That was only, that was 13, 14 years ago. So, I mean, continuing on here, 2013, E.J. Manuel, Geno Smith, Matt Barkley. Geno's still in the league, but he ain't playing. Gosh, I mean, that's 2013. 2002, David Carr, Joey Harrington, Patrick Ramsey. David Garrard had a solid career for himself. Chet Hutchinson had an okay career. I mean, 18, Sam Bradford, Tim Tebow. Jimmy Clausen, oh my gosh. I mean, continue on here. So we had 2009 gets a little bit better. Matt Stafford, Mark Sanchez, Josh Freeman. Josh Freeman had a nice career. Apparently, he liked the booger sugar a little bit too much. But again, you look at here. I mean, this is okay. This is what it usually looks like. It does not look like the number one list. The number one list was when it was Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger, okay? Those are three high-quality, probably Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I don't understand. And again, this is a bigger point. I need to get a screen share for this. This is where fans and GMs need to just not talk to each other, okay? Drafting a quarterback does not fix a franchise, okay? Drafting a quarterback does not fix a franchise. I truly believe that a solid franchise picking a quarterback and grooming them is a much better shot unless you are ridiculous. I mean, Cam Newton was going to be successful anywhere he went. How successful he was depends upon his situation. I think that, there's a couple of people who can just completely overcome things. Michael Vick was going to be an impact player wherever he went. It did not matter. Andrew Luck was going to be an impact player no matter where he went. Now, Andrew Luck's career, I absolutely believe it was shortened by the fact that the Colts did not have their crap together back then. They do now. Imagine this team now for the Colts with Andrew Luck back then. That would have been amazing. But I think the bigger thing is that I want to bring up with this is a lot of people think that, hey, man, you know what, dude, we just got to get in there. Next year, we need to just draft a quarterback. We need to just draft a quarterback. And it is not nearly as successful as you think. I've heard the old adage was, if you draft a quarterback and you miss, it sets your team back 10 years. Like, no, it doesn't. It sets your team back as long as you don't, until you have the player gone, essentially, or until you find the quarterback you should need. It does not set you back 10 years, but it's more so this conversation we're having is about the illusion that a quarterback is going to come in and save your team. Okay, Sam Darnold, I mean, honestly, if we took Sam Darnold out of that draft class when he was drafted, put him into this draft class, he would probably get picked over Zach Wilson. Sorry, Zach Wilson, I'm not being a jerk. I'm just saying, do I honestly believe that them switching out a young, talented, big-arm quarterback for a young, talented, big-arm quarterback is going to solve all their problems? No. Now, the Jets have a couple things. The Jets have a lot of salary cap space that they can work with. They have Robert Saleh, who's a really well-respected coach. I do think there's some things there. But more so, I think what's going on is, do I honestly believe that the Robert Saleh coaching staff and the assist or the general manager situation in New York looked at Sam Darnold and they're like, you know what? Zach Wilson is an immense talent upgrade from Sam Darnold. No, I don't think they did. What I think they did is they said, listen, we're going to trade Sam Darnold. We're going to get some picks back. We reset that quarterback clock, so we're going to have that rookie deal. So the thing about the deals is that, for your first 4 years as a first-round pick, they are on your salary, and then you have a fifth-year option. So the reason why the fifth-year option is so great is because you can maintain a quarterback or a rookie salary for that fifth year rather than having to re-sign them for a market deal. And those market deals can be pretty big. So right now it was Sam Darnold's on his third year. So he has 2 more years and then they have to give him a big extension, maybe even more than that. Whereas if you draft Zach Wilson, now you've got 5 years of young QB salary that you can go ahead and work with. So I think that was a bigger factor in it now. I think it was an assisting factor. Also, I think that new coach wants to get his guy in there. Trade away. We're resetting from the beginning. This is not a Sam Darnold is the greatest thing since sliced bread situation. That's not what it is. This is more so, if you look at the numbers of quarterbacks who have busted out, it is incredibly high. I think only 40% of them make it. And when I say make it, I mean make it and are the type of quarterback you would expect at the draft slot that you pick him at. Mitchell Trubisky is still in the league. He's a pretty good backup. He might be one of the better backups in the league when he'd be playing for Buffalo, but he is not the expectation of what you want with a number 2 overall pick. He's not what you want. So it really, really hurts the fact that he's one of those guys where he's still in the league, but is he where you wanted to be, or is he what you wanted to get out of that draft pick? Definitely not. And I think that we have those 5 guys right now. So if we break them down really quickly. Trevor Lawrence, one of the best quarterback prospects we've seen in a while. Zach Wilson going over to the Jets, and we all know the Jets' history with quarterbacks. We have Justin Fields, good release. Actually, a lot of people have come out and actually defended him recently and basically saying, no, this guy's pretty legit. The arm is a little funky of a delivery, but I think you can probably work with that. Trey Lance is a really good prospect. Whether or not he's a great day 1 starting NFL quarterback, I don't know. And Mac Jones is okay. To defend Mac Jones, all right, he plays where he gets picked. Okay, it's not his fault. He is not better than Trey Lance or Justin Fields. And if I'm the Niners and you have a year to train one up, I'd rather take those other dudes than Mac Jones. All right, off that. I'm sorry. In conclusion, everybody out there who thinks that a quarterback is going to save your franchise, I am a Raiders fan. We had Jamarcus Russell. We picked him. He was not good. I know firsthand experience. Drafting a quarterback in the first round is no guarantee. Drafting anybody, there's no guarantee, okay? And especially when there's 5 people at the top, I highly suspect that there's going to be some disappointed teams. I don't know what the Niners are going to do. I mean, I've been talking about them for a while, but either way, whoever picks whoever, there's a certain amount of risk, and I think that there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to look back a couple years from now and be like, "Oh man, remember when we picked that guy? We were going to be so good. We were going to be so good." Well, doesn't always turn out like that. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe to the video. Look at my other videos. Subscribe. We're getting this going. A week from tomorrow, I'm going to probably be doing a draft special of some sort. Maybe do a live stream. I don't know. But everybody, have yourself a good week. And I will talk to you on Friday with our last obscure prospect for the 2021 NFL Draft.